Alright, what is going on, guys? Got a late night upload here, another breakdown for UFC 270. I've been sick this week, so I slept a lot during the day today, and I wanted to get at least one more in today. So we got Pete Rodriguez taking on Della Maddalena at welterweight. This will be the UFC debut for both guys. They are even on reach, but Jack is going to be 2 inches taller. So I'll start with Pete Rodriguez. Most of his wins have come by first round knockout, first or second round. This will be his fourth pro fight, or his fifth pro fight, excuse me. He's 4-0. But he has a lot of amateur experience. He went 6-2 amateur, and pretty much all of his wins were by knockout. And yeah, there's not much to go on with this guy, like he has these knockouts, but they're against cans. Jose Luis Rios, that guy had a record of 2-2 listed on the broadcast. He was 29 years old, and he gets KO'd. Roberto Pixley did a little bit better, but he just had no guard, and it was a really nice combination from Pete Rodriguez in his last performance against Pixley. Started with an uppercut hook combo, knocked him out cold. It was a really, really powerful combo. And yeah, that's just kind of the story with this guy. He throws a lot into every shot, and it's just hard to see what we got in this guy one way or the other because, yeah, he has all these first round knockouts, but does that mean that he's a 1 round fighter? We don't know. We just don't know anything about this guy at all, other than he's got a bunch of first round knockouts against cans. But for Della Maddalena, coming in off of a great fight on the Contender Series against, I believe it's Ange Loza, and it was a back and forth fight, but Jack, I would say, was in control, and he did go to the third round in that one. It was the first time he'd been to the third round, and he did start to slow down just a bit, but he was still returning fire really well and capitalized, what's the word I'm looking for? Geez, I'm so tired, it's late, but he really punctuated that fight with a great flurry at the end there and sealed the deal. I think he was going to win anyway, but does a lot of things well in that one. And when you watch this guy, you can tell that he's got really good boxing. He's got some experience with at least being trained in boxing. You can just tell. And I really like the defense for Della Maddalena. He's got great head movement. And he's got a very tight guard, too. And there's been a lot of these fights where his opponents are landing, or they're throwing good shots, and they're just getting blocked completely by Maddalena's guard. And it's very good to see. And he did lose his first 2 fights, and then he goes on a rampage. He's won 10 straight, and including against Alden Bates, he avenged one of his earlier losses, gets the first round knockout there. And sometimes this guy takes a little bit to download in the first round. I've seen that in a couple of his fights. But I really like the counter striking too. He goes to the body a lot. He doesn't try to force these kicks, and that's why he has good kicking game. He doesn't just try to spam them. But the boxing combinations are great. He switches stances really well. He does a lot of great work in southpaw. And like I said, I do like the counter striking from this guy. The wrestling that I've seen is very good as well. He's good at transitioning. He's good at racking up top control. Again, it's not like his bread and butter, but he does go to it a good amount, and I just like this guy's all-around skill set a lot. I think he's a solid prospect. And so for this one, Maddalena is a big favorite, Della Maddalena, and I believe he's minus 340 on FanDuel Moneyline. DraftKings a little bit better at minus 365, or no, it's worse. Damn. So, yeah, this is... You got to go with Della Maddalena, in my opinion, just because of what we don't know about Pete Rodriguez's game. And from what I have seen, he does leave a lot of room to get countered, and I like the defense from Della Maddalena a lot. I think he's going to be able to survive a flamethrower like Pete Rodriguez, or at least that's what I assume he is. But yeah, he does leave a lot of room to get countered in these exchanges, and I do think that Della Maddalena is going to find a really nice counter shot. He's got great uppercuts, and he does invest in leg kicks. He's got good calf kicks, invest in those early. And just because we haven't seen Pete Rodriguez really have to do anything, have to make any adjustments, I think it's definitely it hurts him a lot, not his fault because he's been doing his job. He's been crushing the cans, getting the first round knockouts, but we just haven't seen how does he take leg kicks, how does he take extended body shots, how does he carry his cardio into the third round. And though Della Maddalena has finished most of his fights early, I do like what I've seen from his cardio. I like what I've seen from everything with Della Maddalena, and I do expect him to get the knockout here. The knockout prop is expensive. It's minus 125 on DraftKings. I think it's even worse on FanDuel. I think we got it at like minus 140. No, minus 120. So it's not terrible either way. I'm probably going to bet it, honestly, at those prices. I was thinking it was minus 140 for some reason. Just and that's like, I hate paying like that for a prop. It's not fun to pay for a prop that doesn't have plus odds, but I think this is one of those where I do like the path. And I'm also going to go with Della Maddalena to win in round one knockout. FanDuel's got the better price on that at plus 220, I believe. But I'm going to take a stab on that. Yeah, plus 170. It's not great, man. It's really not great. If we got the alt round and method betting, or the method and round combo, I think it's a little bit better. It's at plus 220. But yeah, I think it's going to be a knockout. I don't think it's going to be a club and sub, but I'm willing to take the risk there and go for Della Maddalena round one knockout. I am going to take a sprinkle on that, only because I just like I've seen Pete. He seems like he can get countered, and we just haven't seen a lot. And I think that there's a chance that Della Maddalena kind of takes a round to download, and then he gets going in the second and gets the knockout in the second round or the third round. But I think that he's just going to catch him clean with one of these beautiful counter uppercuts. This guy's got great slip and rip ability, and from what I've seen with Pete, he does seem like he can get countered. So I like Jack Della Maddalena to win by knockout. Probably going to bet that, but I'm definitely going to take a little sprinkle bet on Maddalena to win in round one. So thanks for watching, guys. Sure, subscribe, and take it easy.